So in the last video, you saw me cleaning the car. This is just the spray bottle. I wasn't spraying it with Simple Green, but inside the spray bottle was that. So when you're cleaning your windshield, you're spraying that all over your car anyway. And it works really good for, you know, just a light cleaning off the grime, bug guts, fingerprints, stuff like that. I've been using it for a long time on the bikes, on the cars. It doesn't seem to have any bad effect on the paint. It actually leaves the wax on. It's got a little bit of alcohol in it, but it doesn't strip off the paint or the wax. In the last video, we installed the clutch cable, and I said I was going to install a new hood release cable, because after 40 years you don't want that thing to break. So our friends from Vic Auto sent us another, or we bought another one from Vic Auto. Again, the packaging is really nice. So we're going to install a new hood release cable. This should be relatively straightforward, but I was thinking, what are you going to do when your hood release breaks and your backup fails and you can't get the hood open? I've only had 2 people ask me about that. So I thought I was going to, well, let's just attempt it, right? If so, everything fails catastrophically and now you can't get your hood open from the outside, what are you going to do? I don't know. But we're going to find out. So you are not going to be able to get to the bolts that hold the hood on, right? Because they're under there. And then the mount point, mounting point is welded on, so you're not going to be able to do that either. What does that leave? That's going to leave you fishing around underneath the car, trying to get up inside there and manipulating that latch. So just for y'all, I'm going to try it. And we'll see if we can do it. So we're going to have to get under the car. And I think the easiest way to do that is jack it up and put on jack stands. Again, I hope y'all appreciate this, because I don't need to do this. I'm just doing it. I'm going to say it's impossible to get up in there and manipulate that latch. But hold on. So here's the problem. It's on top of here. You can't get your arm through here because of the starter and the steering box. You can't get your arm up here because of the exhaust and the suspension. So here's what we got. This is like your backup emergency release. It worked. You got to pull it with pliers, and then it snapped this open. But what I think, I don't see any way to get to this from underneath the car because of the way it's positioned. If you break this and break that, it's going to be catastrophic. Destroy the hood, catastrophic. Because you can't get to this from the inside because there's a gap here. You can't get to the hood bolts because they're on the inside. You can't get to this. Even if you did, this is in the way. You could lift it up, maybe get something in there to pop it. So I'm going to say that replacement of this cable should be a top priority if you haven't replaced it. You can see it's kind of rusty, and it's going to be relatively simple to replace, I think. I would run another backup cable, another backup emergency release over here, and then you could thread it down that way so you could pop it from underneath. But it's going to need some sort of lever so when you pull down, it pulls this away. Let me think on that. And then while we're replacing this cable, I'll think about how we could actually get to it from underneath the car. But right now, I don't see a method that's going to work. So there's a hole in there that this thing's going to thread through. Can you see that? And this appears to just be it's just a bolt with a hole in it. This is solid. Just a solid piece of wire. Glare. It runs right down here through the same place where all of your electronics come through. But I put it behind the brake booster. So we're just going to have to try to thread it back through the hole, and it's got a little rust on it down there. I don't want to take this off, but I might have to. Let's see. Oh, you know what? We could come down behind this. Yeah. Yeah. And then come down behind this and run it through. Okay. Then should be able to push it. Yeah. Okay, good. Now I can get it from the inside. So I just pulled it out of the firewall. But then, this does not have a method for bringing it out of this latch, right? So what it looks like we're going to do is pull this all the way off and then thread it out. So here we go. First I'm going to cut this, and then put this, and then I'll go like this. So it's just a sheath cable, right? Kind of like a gear shifter on a 10-speed or something. And then solid piece of wire. And this one's exactly the same. Solid piece of wire. They put this on there for some reason. I guess they could use either end. So in order to get it installed, you're going to have to pull this all the way out again. I'm going to have to pop one of these ends off in order to thread it back through the hole. Ay, caramba. Double check. Yeah, definitely. Gonna have to pop one of these ends off. Got it. So we can just screw this back on when we get there. Here's your, can't see it. Here's your little emergency release. So it worked one time because I pulled it, but I wouldn't rely on it very much. So first, I'm going to thread the outside through the hole. Then this is gonna pop right in here like this. See? I think just running it like that'll be fine. So we're just going to put it right there. Then we're going to take cable, run it through this slot and into that. Oh shit. This goes up here like this. It'll slot through there. This goes in here like that. And so you decide where you want this. I want it about right there. So push this and pull that, right? We went under this. Then we went through here. Like that. Then we put our little plastic piece back on. And then we're going to have to thread the wire through the hole in this screw, which of course is loose because Why wouldn't it be? So we're going to come out like this. And we're going to go son of a bitch. Try not to kink this wire. That would make life difficult. Got this washer. And it's got some grooves in it from where it was bound up against the wire earlier. Everything is in the way. So there's not really a reason to pull this tight because we preset right back on the other side. And if you pull too hard, you're just going to move the lever back inside. I'm going to check it. And then we're going to snug this nut. So the wire's keeping it from turning. So this whole thing is moving now. And I've lost all of my slack. So I'm going to have to pull it, pull more wire out, and redo it. Okay. So now we're going to bend this down and then cut it. Well, cut it first, then bend it. How's that? One less thing to worry about driving a Fiat. But I still think, I mean, this is your backup cable, this gray thing. It's looped through here. It goes into the car. You got to pull it with a pair of pliers because of the angle. And I still don't see a way to get up into here from down there with your arm or a tool or anything else. And you can see that everything is in the way. You can't fish your arm through there unless you can bend it like 3 different times in order to get back up in there. This is in the way, this is in the way, all that's in the way. And then over here, you can come through here, but you got to bend your arm up this way, and then get all the way over there. All of this is in the way. So I'm going to say on your list for next weekend, change that cable before it breaks. It's probably 40 years old. If you didn't replace it, then you don't know if it's been replaced. That's all I can say. Don't rely on the previous owner to have done that for you. I think that's all I got. Seriously. I think that's it. So until next time, take care, stay 6 feet apart, stay well, stay tuned.